Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Let us continue playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So I've been thinking a little bit about the game. I think in this third game, the game is doing a better job of telling the player, telling me the player what they're looking for. So I have noticed that they will say multiple times what Maya or what Phoenix thinks the evidence they need to find is, or the point they want to prove. Like they'll clearly say several times what point it is they're trying to prove before asking you to look in the evidence. So in that way, the puzzles are easier, I guess. Easier and less rage-inducing when it doesn't make sense. Even though it still kind of doesn't make sense. And like it's still a kangaroo court and the whole thing is still a bit ridiculous. But it makes the puzzles less aggravating when the logic doesn't actually fit. Because the game just kind of tells you, okay, you need to find the thing that proves this. And it does it better in the third game than the previous game. Anyway, straight back into it. October 13th, 3:02 PM, Wright & Co. Law Offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose, I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. The fact that he was there doesn't necessarily mean that he killed the guy. Or rather, the fact that the card was used to get into the office doesn't necessarily mean that he used the card. Because he lost the wallet, he doesn't have the wallet with him. If the wallet was with him, with the card in it, and there's a record of it, then okay, yeah, he probably did it. But the fact that he dropped the wallet, or somebody dropped the wallet, means that the wallet is not on him. He lost the wallet before the murder occurred, potentially. Anyway, looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KP security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Curane Village for a little while, if that's alright. Okay. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. I don't think that is a sacred urn. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearl, we're going to go examine a murder scene. We're gonna go examine a place where somebody was murdered. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Yeah. Sacred urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. What do I have? Same stuff as before. Found around 1 AM the night of the crime. Are we gonna end up accusing Larry Butts of murdering the CEO of KB Security? Because he's the one who picked up the wallet. He is the one who had the wallet when the CEO was murdered. So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate the murder? Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Should she? Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Now she's calling me Nicky boy. Sigh. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, well let's make sure to go to the detention center too. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet! But there's something a little different about it. Don't question mark me, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. Yeah. Somebody broke it again and then put it back together correctly. But the urn we got back says Amy, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Yeah, there's pink paint in the basement. Is it possible that urn is a fake? Maybe. But there's pink paint in the basement, maybe it is actually real. I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to the Korean village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Korean village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Korean village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. But spirit mediums aren't a real thing. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Kurain technique, she temporarily loses her own will, but she didn't actually do that. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. Oh, great excuse. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of Kurain is going to be a heavy responsibility. Alright. Let me just go somewhere else completely different. October 13, Lordly Taylor. Main exhibition hall. The Treasures of Kurain exhibit is all ruined now. It's a little bit ruined. Maya! I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Master Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa! Whoa! That's brilliant, Nick! No, it's not. It's not brilliant. There's nothing brilliant about it. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Oh, yeah. Wait. Why would people pay money for this? Wow, that was surprisingly easy. It's just money. She's happy when she hears about money. That's probably where the sacred urn was going to be displayed. Yeah, I guess so. Should I put my attorney's badge there, you know, as a replacement? I think it's a little too small for that. What about my Magatama? Now you're being silly. That's definitely too small. Alright, so there's nothing new here, I don't think. Let's move to the basement. October 13, Lordly Taylor Basement Warehouse. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Why are you still in the panic? Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging around down here for? So how's it going? How about the sacred urn? Wait, are you the thief? Why do you look like that? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And it might be a fake. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. Okay, thanks, Maya. Thanks for thanks for exposing me. It was Master Mask's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be relieved. I want to come down here to examine that pathetic-looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Yeah, it's got paint on it. Look at this. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on it. There's pink splotches on it. I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box? Alright, so that's just old stuff that we've already seen before. And yet he still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. No, wait, no, this is to frame Master Mask. The camera belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Master Mask allow that to happen? But he didn't. He did that to frame Master Mask. Detective Amy got hit on the back of the head by the thief, but that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Amy was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. No, but then, if he's the real thief, he didn't hit himself. Why is this thing bent? It looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. You shouldn't. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. Oh, real? I promise I'll fix it, so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Can she do that? It looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff. I can't believe we didn't use any of this evidence in yesterday's trial. Organi. Alright. Let's have a chat with Adrian. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. Well, no, yes, maybe? It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the mask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself, you were just doing your job. Hey Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Abby again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that the mask's calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Abby must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so? 20 days, 10 days. What? So Master Mask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now, which doesn't make any sense. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Amy? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. There's no way that he's Master Mask. His nose does not fit. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the theft himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Mask pretty well. I don't think that's what happened. I'm so glad that you got your secret urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? She broke it. She broke it and then she glued it back together properly. Yeah, no, she broke it. Psyche-locks! What did you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Do you think maybe I have enough evidence to get the truth out of her right now? Yeah, she broke it. And she glued it back together. The sacred urn! Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? No. Wait, that it was genuine? I thought we were trying to prove that it's not genuine. Oh, I'm gonna throw this at her. Well, Miss Andrews, see, look, it was a fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. Oops, I guess this isn't going very much. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Wait. It's genuine? Alright, so we don't have what the game wants from me. We need to prove that the urn is real, but it's been cracked. It's been broken and then glued back together again. Alright, so we can't do this at this point in time. Let's come back later. Acme Detective Agency? October 13, Acme Detective Agency. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops! What did you expect, now that they know he was actually Master Mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. But wasn't he in charge of the Master Mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? Exciting? He had to say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." That's not what he says. Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Alright, so we can't interact with the cops, and in fact we can't interact with anything. At all. The Mask's hideout. October 13 Master Mask hideout. Oh, Nicky boy! Maya! Mr. Light! all I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Well, no. No, it's fine. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. You sure? Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. That's not... What? We just got him from thief to murder. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. Is this all just old stuff? It was always Ronnie's dream to become a thief? Well, I guess you can chalk that one down as fulfilled. I wonder why Mr. Delight never talked to his wife about it. Yeah, well, I think she deserves some of the blame for not burning up either. You always wanted to be a thief? So I don't think there's anything new there. Wrong Delight. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone, it's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. It's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie, we don't have any secrets between us. Oh yeah? You don't keep any secrets from him? Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief, huh? The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight, for me anyway. What? Yeah, what? For you? for you? What about for him? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. Wait, your husband's cowardly. Desiree, your husband is a cowardly man. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atlee's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? And Detective Atlee knew more about Master Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. He just leaves it on the table? That's not plausible either. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Wait. I swear she's the real Master Mask. Mr. Light, do you know about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. He's a security guard but also a thief. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away, by motorcycle that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. That's not legal? To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? Okay. No. I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Aha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Cowardly man, am I right? Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick! Love at first sight. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life! Saved your life! I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. What? Well, I'm not the kind to just curl up into the little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Ah! Ah! Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. Please stop it. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. He should be dead. The robbers should have just stabbed him in the neck and he should be dead. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. It's more likely that Maya would scream and flail. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future.